Yo, I felt like rambling. I felt like ranting. So, you know what? I felt like making it in a longer form because I felt like I actually have some shit to say. So, I had some thoughts about love specifically. Um, Looking at love and how I view it as a juncture between two people, which symbolizes an actual union of trust. When you boil love down to its basic premises, it's the human nature to want to be wanted by another. Whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, whether it's sexual, people want to feel wanted. And in my mind, that's all I've ever really wanted. I've been in a fair few relationships, and I think the main killer in a lot of relationships for me is that I was seeking happiness rather than fulfillment. And I'll kind of explain what I mean by that. The biggest killer for love in a lot of people's lives, in my opinion, is looking for happiness rather than fulfillment. Because happiness is a short term feeling. It's like the difference between weather and climate. Climate is long term, actual, sustained, you know, things. Weather is a temporary difference. That's why I try to explain people the difference between depression and sadness. You're not depressed because, you dislike your job and you're sad during the work week. If you're happy on the weekends and sad during the work week, welcome to being an adult. That's not depression. Depression is not being able to eat, not being able to sleep, sometimes sleeping too much. Comes in many forms. But back more to the main point at hand. Happiness is not something to strive for in life. It is not something you should live for the sake of. Because there's going to be a lot of moments in life where there's going to be sustained unhappiness and sustained suffering. Moments where you will question why you're going through the shit you're going through. Moments where you're like, holy fuck, why am I even dealing with this shit? And those are the moments where you need to realize that happiness isn't really that important. Happiness is something that you can create for yourself. But it's only when you realize that it's unimportant that you can really start to enjoy it more. Because absurdity is what's best lived in life, I believe. Because looking at the world as it sits and as it rotates, we are currently sitting on a rock rotating around a fucking star, rotating around two black holes, rotating around God knows what. All right? Like, I don't think it could be put in a different way than that. Our entire existence is absurd. The fact that anything exists is absurd. And the fact that you can even love and that I can even love is absurd. Because, I don't know, I feel a lot of people take shit for granted. They take people for granted. They don't really appreciate what they have until it's out of their lives. And honestly, getting out of a relationship more recently, I can speak on the fact that I'm more happy away from this person. If I'm being honest, I've been a lot happier reclaiming the person I was than I was with this person trying to find out and help them with their problems. Because a homie of mine recently put it into a good perspective where he was pretty much saying that you were pretty much dating a unhealed version of a younger you. I was like, damn. Fuck. And homie hit it on the spot because everything that this chick was dealing with, it was problems that I had when I was younger. Like, she was only a year younger than me type shit, but she felt maturity wise so different than me because of the amount of shit that I've been through and the amount of shit she hasn't seen. Like, she's still gone through her own struggles and stuff, and I'm not gonna shade her or really throw any slight at her because honestly, we had good times, me and this person. Now that it's over, I can say with pure honesty that I would never ever get back with this person, and I would never want to be with this person even in the same room ever again because honestly, I don't view her the same way I did when I was with her. In my mind, when I'm with a person, I'm with that person. If I have the want to be with a different person and it overwhelmingly takes over and I don't want to be with the person I'm with anymore, that kind of is a moment for me where I question if even being in a relationship is a good idea. Because a lot of us, I feel, are too young to comprehend what we even really want. Because a lot of us are just taking what we feel we deserve instead of what we want. Because I'll tell you, as a matter of fact, what I want in my life: a woman with a goddamn backbone. A woman that will say what she wants when she wants it. And a woman that's not afraid to speak her fucking mind. Someone like me-ish, but different enough that the differences can make something else. I want someone with a different skill set than me. I want someone with a completely different career path than me. They can be an artist as well. I just would much prefer dating someone who would say be a painter as opposed to what I do. Because I don't know. I'm kind of at a point where I'm probably not going to date for at least a few years, just personal choice wise. Like I've been on a couple dates like more recently, and I've just thought about it, and I'm like, I don't really think this is what I want to do. I don't think this is for me for at least a good minute. Because overall, my work in music and my work overall kind of makes it difficult to be in a relationship with someone because my mind is always so focused on the shit I've been through and self-improvement that I kind of forget to check up on my partners a little bit. And I don't know. Overall, I have a lot of shit to work on just personally before I feel like I'm okay to be in a relationship. Like this one I'm just getting out of. Honestly, I shouldn't even say just getting out of. I've been on and off getting out of it for a long time, and I finally fully broke it off in February. There's gonna be some songs about this shit, don't worry, but like, that's why I'm not venting it all out here, because honestly, it's better said in the music. I just, I feel a lot of people get it twisted. You should not live life for the seeking of happiness. This is how you get addicted to shit. It's how you get addicted to sex. It's how you get addicted to popping shit. That's how you get addicted to fucking drinking, smoking, like all of it, man. It's because at the end of the day, a lot of us are just trying to fill holes of what we didn't receive. Whether it be what we didn't receive as children, what we didn't receive in our lives, just in general. People want to fill a hole rather than fix the cracks. That's that's always been my biggest issue. And when you go to seek happiness over fulfillment, you will be left unhappy more than most times. Because real happiness honestly comes from being content and also just being comfortable. Like, even in shitty situations, like my car just took a fat shit. I was off roading and I fucking hit something. I think it pulled a fuel line or something, but my car just immediately shut the fuck off. And I was like, God damn it, I'm really far away from even the road. And you know what? I called a homie. We pushed that shit down to the road. We were laughing the way home. Fucking, it's here at my house now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it, but that's a problem that I will figure out. Because overall, that's life. You're gonna be hit with problems and you're gonna be hit with challenges, but it's all on how you deal with it and it's all on how you approach it that really is the setting stone on how you as a person really are. If you get hit with a problem and your immediate response is to yell and to freak the fuck out, it's not really going to be best. And I say that because I know I actually have a problem with that. I have a problem with having a short fuse. I always have. I lash out, crash out, because I am a crash out. um, I don't know. I have a lot of shit to figure out within the next few years and just honestly my life in general. And I have a journey to go on, that's for sure. And I'll find myself along the way, find some friends along the way, probably make some more enemies along the way, piss some people off, make some people happy, make some people cry. That's life. And you all have yours to live. Don't let anybody ever tell you how to live yours. If you feel like what you need to do is what you need to do it. Most of the time, it's for the best anyway. Because no matter what happens in your life, you're probably going to wake up tomorrow. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Because so many of us out here take so much shit for granted when honestly we could be living our lives how we want to and how we should. But we're told, no, you gotta work a 9 to 5. No, you gotta work until your grave. And honestly, I don't think this is how humans are meant to live. Live your way. Live your way. Fuck what anybody else has to say. It is your life. No one can take that from you. It is your existence and purely yours. At the end of the day, if you are unhappy with your existence or unfulfilled in what you are doing, that is your fault. Do something else if you are not happy. Change something and figure it out, because at the end of the day, I see too much bitching and moaning on the fucking internet and not people who are actually trying to figure out what the fuck to do something about it. Like, you can complain all fucking day, but at some point you gotta get up off your fucking ass and actually do something. For me, this is making music. For me, this is going to work. For me, this is doing something to pass the time, something to just fucking live. Live, live, live. When life genuinely gets you to a point where you're so fucking low that all you can think about is, God damn, why is my life so shitty? Why is everyone else so bad? Take a look within. Most of the time, it's you. You gotta check yourself and realize most of the time you are the problem. That's the reality. I ain't a pessimist, I ain't an optimist, I'm a goddamn realist. I look at things as a matter of fact as they are. I try to keep people optimistic and keep people, with their heads up, but you always got to keep it realistic. I try to keep things on the realistically good end, the realistically good answer, but that's still realistics. Most of the time, you are the problem. Most of the time in my life, I've been the problem because I'll tell you what, most of my problems in my life were my fault. And you know what? I push on and I push and I keep on making more choices because that's all life is a series of decisions. And whether or not you make the correct one or the wrong one, you're gonna have another one to make anyway. So don't fucking worry about it so much and just fucking make the better choice next time. If you realize that you did something wrong, just don't repeat that again. A lot of the times in life, you'll be hit with a chance to redeem yourself in some form or way. Just got to keep it pushing. Like, do not push yourself down as the bad person in life just because you are the problem. Problem doesn't mean bad. Problem just means something that has to be solved. If you are the problem, then fucking solve it, fix it. It's that simple. It really is that simple. And most people don't even realize how simple most shit in life is. Like, I have genuinely diagnosed clinical fucking issues. And a lot of the times, I can't even fucking get out of bed. A lot of the times, I'm fucking jumping up from sleep every fucking like 30 minutes because of just some stupid fucking nightmare that plays on repeat. But I don't know, alright? There are days where I fucking feel like absolute shit, but I get the fuck up and I do it anyway. Because I'll tell you one thing is we've all got the same 24 hours. I gotta use mine wisely. You've got to use yours wisely. If I don't get the fuck up out of bed, who the fuck else will for me? Who the fuck else will for you? That's all I gotta say. But yeah, peace.